Hey guys, this is Wes and
Andrew
from the Something Fancy project. This is going to be our intro video. We're basically two college students, civilians. We aren't law enforcement, we aren't military. So our opinions on this channel are going to be solely based on how we use things in our day-to-day lives and why we choose those things to carry. Andrew, you might want to talk about guns a little bit because I don't have my conceal and carry permit yet. You do. You've been carrying for a while.
I do carry. I carry a weapon every day, a firearm for self-defense. I have since I was 21 years old. I do it not because I'm particularly afraid of crime or being robbed or assaulted or anything like that. I just believe that it's my right and that it's better to be prepared than be caught unawares. My selection of firearms is mostly based on what I like to look at, what feels good in my hands.
I think an important thing he said is he carries not because he's afraid or anything, but because he feels
Right.
it's his right. And I think that's a very important thing for a lot of firearms owners, especially civilians. You should probably not carry, actually, if you're always worried that you're going to be caught in a situation where you need to use a gun, because then you're more of a danger with a firearm than, you know, if you were just calm and collected and using it because you feel it's your right or you feel you should be prepared. Same reason I carry a knife. Other than utility, I do carry a knife for self-defense. I carry a knife in a lot of places where I can't carry a firearm. I don't carry one because I don't have a permit. I don't carry a firearm because I don't have a permit, but even if I did, a lot of the places where I frequent and a lot of the places where I've worked in the past, I could not carry a firearm with me. These are normal college kids' jobs. You know, you can't carry a firearm in Walmart, or you can't carry a firearm in a tech support center. It's pretty basic. Andrew.
Yeah, and these are things that I'll go over too about you know, where it's reasonable to carry, where you can carry. I'm pretty familiar with the laws in Arizona and Texas as far as you know, legal carry goes, but and it is kind of strange as a college student to, you know, have to manage. You know, if you're going to school in the morning and you're going out and running errands in the afternoon, you know, where do you keep your gun? How do you secure it? You know, obviously I hear a lot of people say, you know, concealed is concealed, but I still like to obey the law sometimes.
I think that's a pretty important thing for gun owners. There seems to be two sides, at least in my experience. One, like Andrew said, concealed is concealed, and then there's the other that obey the law no matter what. And I guess there is a slight deviation from the obeying the law no matter what, when a person feels it would be extremely necessary for them to carry a firearm, even if it's not 100% legal. I would lean more towards following the law than just carrying because I can.
Well, obviously, I mean, it's important for us firearm owners to portray ourselves as law-abiding citizens. I mean, we don't want to get that reputation of just being scofflaws and outlaws, because, you know, that doesn't help us as a community.
Yeah, and especially if you're carrying in such a sensitive place as, say, a school.
Right.
I mean,
you know, and especially in a small school like I attend, where, you know, the security staff knows that I'm a firearm owner and that I am a Second Amendment rights advocate, that, you know, I am under a bit more scrutiny than the average student, which I think is a little unfair, but what are you going to do?
And same goes for knife laws. However, knife laws are much more touch and go and much more vague as to what is actually illegal.
Especially here in Texas.
Oh, especially here in Texas. Lock blades in the particular county I am in are illegal. Not because they're dangerous, not because they have more potential to kill someone, but because they make a quote-unquote intimidating noise. This is largely due to, in I believe the 60s and 70s, lots of gangs used either switchblades or, which are spring-assisted or automatic knives, or they use lock blades that were loosened up so that they could be flicked out. Now, a lot of lock blades can be flicked out no matter what. You don't even have to alter them. But it has come to be associated with gang-related crime, which is unfortunate because folding lock blades are just safer to use. I still carry one. Most police officers do not enforce that law as long as you're not doing anything stupid. Now, what's interesting is a fixed blade that is not a dagger, dirk, or I forget the third term off the top of my head, but it's some other arbitrary term that could be defined in a number of ways. But essentially, they don't want a weapon that is made for combat to be kept on your person. However, as long as the blade is under 4 inches, and that's in my county. In other counties, it can be up to 5, 6 inches, which is huge. It's legal to carry, which I find really interesting because I believe a fixed blade knife is much more deadly than a folding knife and much more intimidating. I mean, you pull out, say, well, a kukri is a little bit different, but you pull out my cold steel Kobun. I'll do a review on that. But it's a 4-inch knife. It's actually just under 4 inches, I believe, off the top of my head. But it's got a Tonto edge, a super light handle. It's made to be a combat blade. It is not a utility blade. I mean, you could flex it into that, but it's really not what that's for. I find it a little crazy. And the knife community is not under as much scrutiny as, say, the gun community is. So just be aware of the laws. I'll do a video on laws after I've done more research for other states.
I will too.
And gotten, more familiarized with that sort of thing. We want to kind of keep this short and sweet, so I'm going to stop rambling on. But Andrew, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, just that, I'm not going to be doing any big, long philosophy videos or anything like that. I'm just going to sort of sneak in my personal philosophy of armed citizenship into my videos here and there, along with advice on how to carry, based on my, amateur experience.
Well, and I think that's an important thing about our channel is we're not here to tell you what you should be doing as a gun or knife owner. We're telling you what we do as gun and knife owners, as civilian college student, 20-somethings, because it seems the vast majority of reviewers out there have either military, law enforcement, or some other type of training that would lend them to have sort of a different viewpoint than us. Not that that viewpoint's in any way wrong. In fact, we both really support the military and law enforcement in certain capacities.
It's just that, we don't have, we're not like Hickok 45, who I greatly respect, where he's got, years and years and years on us in terms of shooting experience and in terms of, YouTube broadcasting experience.
And I think that's a really good point to bring up as well, because we're going to show you things that maybe not that they won't cover, but that older users, people who have more experience than us, will tend to gloss over or
take for granted that people know.
And I think that's really important. You want to know all the intricacies of all your equipment, and you want to know what it's going to do for you. Because if you don't, then I don't see it so much as a tool. It's not working to its full capacity. But I think that's going to be it for us. Look forward to. I think we're going to do about a video a week, either a gun review or a knife review. We'll pepper in some survival videos, some gun takedowns, shooting range, all sorts of stuff.
And I'll be working mostly out in Phoenix, where I go to school, but we'll still be communicating closely with each other.
Yeah, and I'll be here in South Central Texas, San Antonio area, but we keep in constant contact. It just so happens for the holidays it managed to work out. We were able to sort of come together on this project. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next time.